He's mine now.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a good day, because I am in a very unusually good mood, and that's because I've just received a very awesome package. So, for a few particular friends of mine who's watching this video, particularly the person who's going to be featured in a video that will be released later, FigureBoi himself, will know that I am a colossal fan of Blade Runner. It's actually both of the Blade Runner films, because I can't decide between them. They're actually my favourite film of all time. And my Blade Runner film collection includes the Blade Runner Final Cut on Blu-ray and 2049 on Blu-ray. And I'm going to get the steelbook of both of these in due time. But I am actually planning to start a Blu-ray steelbook collection. Just got some hurdles to get past so that I can actually start getting them, but after that I will be starting a collection. But I was a bit jealous of something, because my dad is also a big fan of Blade Runner. I mean, he was the one who introduced me to it. Well, both of my parents are big Blade Runner fans, but I'm pretty sure he introduced me to it. But anyway, he actually picked up recently the 5-disc collector's edition of Blade Runner in this nice box, so I thought, you know what, I'd quite like a collector's edition of Blade Runner, so I might have got this. Oh, I love this. Okay, this is a really big case for a movie, because obviously it comes with more than just the bloody film. It's a very, very nice collector's box. So the case itself, we'll look at it briefly. This is actually a limited edition, and I have number 76,556 out of the 103,000 that currently exist. Now, call me insane, but I might actually buy one of these again at some point in the future, probably the distant future, because I think there might be a version that comes with the discs on Blu-ray or something, so I might get those as well. But don't get me wrong, I mean, I've got the original film on Blu-ray anyway. There it is, and right now I could not care less, because this, oh god, this is awesome. So this is the HD DVD version, I believe. I think the versions are DVD, HD DVD, and Blu-ray, but I am not totally sure. So let's remove the plastic sleeve, and this actually does show all the contents. So I won't show this right now, so that I can show you it myself. But what was I saying about the case? So this is the Voight-Kampff machine case from the movie. If you don't remember, the Voight-Kampff test is, to explain it briefly and simply and not in a cool way, it's a test that the Blade Runners use to find out if the subject is a replicant or not. They do things like the involuntary dilation of the iris, I can't remember now all of the aspects of it, but Voight-Kampff is the short form of it. And yeah, this is the case that the machine that they use is carried in. You can see. I'm not going to put much strain on it, but you can actually hold it as a case. And to open this version, you simply push your fingers on both these buttons and pull this up to release it. And here we go. So I will review every aspect of this case as quickly as possible, but yeah, this is really, really cool. And this does actually have a lot of the things that, I think this comes with everything that the 5-disc collection comes with, but also loads of additional features, apart from obviously the way cooler box. So first of all, we have this, and this does come in the 5-disc collection, I believe. I do remember this, actually. And I believe this is authentic film. I'm not sure entirely, but let's have a look. It is a motion film clip. I believe it is using authentic film from the original Blade Runner. I'm not sure, though. That's probably why there's only a limited number of these that exist. So this is, you tilt it, and then you can see the scene play out. So as you can see there, it's very, very cool motion animated film clip. And that is the scene when Deckard is checking out Leon's apartment. I think it's Leon's apartment. And he draws his gun because of, well, it's Leon's apartment. So yeah, that's a really cool first start. Just remove this piece of foam. Then we have the inside of the case, which looks like this. And there's some really, really cool stuff in here. First of all, we have something pretty damn nice for collectors. This is actually a 3D printed onto plastic letter from Ridley Scott himself. So I'll provide a timestamp if you want to skip the reading of the letter itself, but he says, Blade Runner: The Final Cut is the product of a process that began in early 2000 and continued on and off through 7 years of intense research and meticulous restoration, technical challenges, amazing discoveries, and new possibilities. Yeah, the Final Cut is from 2007. The film's 35mm footage was scanned at 4K resolution off the original negative, while its groundbreaking visual effects were scanned at 8K resolution off pristine 65mm elements, all resulting in the stunning visual experience the likes of which have not been seen since the film's 1982 release, and perhaps not even then. I agree. Likewise, we used existing 6-track masters to remix the film's immersive soundtrack with today's state-of-the-art technology. I have included the 4 previously seen versions of the film in newly transferred anamorphic widescreen with original unaltered 5.1 sound taken from archival 6 tracks. My goal was to give you the film in whatever version you prefer, with the best picture and sound quality possible. And finally, I've assembled a collection of in-depth documentaries, multifaceted commentaries, and never-before-seen footage and rare artwork to give you a deeper appreciation of all the work that went into the making of this film. I can wholeheartedly say that Blade Runner: The Final Cut is my definitive director's cut of the film. Signed by Ridley Scott himself. And we also have this art. Pretty awesome. So yeah, I do, each one of these comes with this. I think a version of this was included with the 5-disc one, but it's different because it's too big to fit in here. So, first of all, we have the film itself. So obviously, the case that the original 5-disc box comes in is not here. So in the future, I may be tempted to pick that up just to be a completionist, but we do technically already own it. But this does come with the same number of films that comes with, which is the main drawer of that package. So the main 5 features are the... Alright, let's just get this open so we can see what's inside. So right here we've got the Final Cut, which is disc 1. We've got disc 2, which is the documentary called Dangerous Days, which is the making of Blade Runner. Disc 3, we have the US theatrical cut, the international theatrical cut, which both came out in the same year, and then the remake of the film, the director's cut. So a brief summary of these cuts. So obviously the US and international theatrical cuts have very minor differences, but they released in the US and internationally. The director's cut was the sort of blue cut of the film, I remember it as. It's very blue. It removes the Hollywoodized ending, it removes the narration, and it adds the unicorn dream sequence, which is because Ridley Scott believes that Deckard is a replicant. And while I disagree with him personally, it is a really cool addition, I think. Then we have disc 4, which is the enhancement archive, which is, I think, the behind the scenes and extra stuff which no other version of the film has. And then the 5th disc is the work prints. So that's really cool, right? And this is, of course, on HD DVD. Like I said, I think you can get a Blu-ray version. So, yeah, nothing really interesting on the back. We do get an additional 9 hours of special features, which is all the enhancement archives, Dangerous Days, all that stuff. Aside from the film itself, we get this folder back here. So this just says Blade Runner on it. And within, we have some really nice slides of concept art, and on the back we have information about the film's lore and the actual making of the film itself. Things like the Voight-Kampff machine was built literally over 1 weekend. We have the behind the scenes of Leon's blaster effects, the Priss's stunt doubles for the acrobatic scene before she's shot by Deckard, visual effects with the police headquarters scene, the scene, a deleted scene where Deckard visits fellow Blade Runner Holden, which I would love to have seen in the film, the futuristic taxi design, the Deckard's bathroom design, and background design, and then the actual concept arts themselves are really, really cool. So obviously fans of both Blade Runner and neo-noir sci-fi. Really, really cool looking stuff here. I'll only briefly show these. So yeah, these are a treasure. So that is this folder, which does have some pretty cool looking art on the inside itself. And yeah, that slips nicely into the case. The case probably is the best place to keep all this. Don't want to damage anything, there we go. And finally, let's get to the two other main attractions of this edition, which I'm really excited to discover. So this right here is really awesome. This is actually a model. It is made of plastic, not metal, but it is really cool looking, and it's a model of the Origami Unicorn. So if you don't remember this, basically, why have I forgotten his damn name? That's annoying. But basically, the other Blade Runner that Deckard was with, I'm really annoyed I can't remember his name. I'm going to remember it as soon as I finish the video or something. But he would keep folding paper mache origami, not paper mache, just origami, which would be conveying in conjunction with the messages conveyed in the film. Like he folded the one with the guy with the giant dick when after Deckard and Rachel, to kind of signify that he knows that he likes her. I can't remember the other ones he did. He folded a sheep, which I think is just a reference to Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is the original book the film is based on. But this one right here is really important because he folded it and left it for Deckard. Gaff his name is. He left it for Deckard to find at the end of the film, and this is a reference to the dream that Deckard had. The reason this is important is because Deckard told no one about that dream, so there's no way that Gaff would be able to know about it unless they were implanted memories, which would mean Deckard is himself a replicant. So that's what the unicorn is there to symbolise, and it's really, really nice little plastic model here. So again, you do want to be careful with this. It feels kind of fragile around the legs here, but so yeah, this isn't a toy, but just be careful with it, man. But it is a really nice little model. It's of course very iconic. It is the print chosen for the Blu-ray Final Cut sleeve here. So there is one more piece included, and that is this really awesome model right here. So this is the spinner, the police spinner, which Deckard uses. And man, this is really cool looking. So obviously this is the main car equivalent that Deckard has throughout the film. It's actually a really cool looking model right here. So as you can see, the doors open up. Get a good view inside. We can see the panel here that Deckard uses there. You can see the nice lights on the top. And this does actually have the wheels underneath as well. So yeah, I really freaking love the design of the Blade Runner spinner. It's one of the coolest futuristic flying car designs in all of sci-fi that I've ever seen anyway. And the doors actually do click nicely into place there, so that they will pop open much less easily. At least they should do there. Don't want to be rough with it in any way, of course. Okay, I think the right one is a little bit loose, but nothing too major. So yeah, this is the really, I mean, a lot of people probably don't care too much about this. They'd rather just have the film, but I'm also a really big fan of collecting physical collectibles like this. So yeah, this is awesome to me. That is pretty much all that this version of the film has to offer, as if that isn't a ton of stuff. I'd recommend this. Now, the prices are very, very varying on this. I did get this for a pretty damn reasonable price, actually, but that was only through luck and bidding at the very exact perfect time. So I can't really guarantee that you will be so lucky when trying to get this. So you might have to resort to buying a higher priced version. I mean, I'll be in the same boat which I may do, I want to buy it again because of the Blu-ray stuff. I mean, I might just buy, probably to be fair, I'll just buy it, the 5-cut thing on Blu-ray separately. But yeah, this is a truly, truly awesome collector's piece, and I'd recommend it to every fan of Blade Runner that can find it for a reasonable price. And as I say, it is limited edition, so prices will greatly vary, and you may have to pay a considerable amount more than I did. So yeah, aside from that though, it is pretty much worth it. Really nice 3D printed text on the case itself. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will have more content coming, as well as, like I said, another video, the second collab with FigureBoi for the channel. That will be coming very soon. And I may actually repost this to MeView. I've made a MeView channel now because of YouTube's shenanigans, in case the site becomes like completely unusable because of copper and all this other bullshit. So yeah, I do have a channel over there. If you have MeView, then I'm also called Volcus, and I'm probably going to repost this up there. So if you're watching this on MeView, what's up? So yeah, I'm going to go now, and you'll be seeing the FigureBoi video very soon. Volcus out.